All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Extraordinary Critic. My name is Brandon Taylor. I'm with my co-host, my boy, my friend, Jacoby Smith.
What's
What's going
good?
on?
What's happening?
Y'all check out his stuff. Y'all tell him about your stuff right quick, man. Tell him, check out your new music, man.
Oh man, I just dropped the tape today. Media shower. It's real chill. It's got some hype vibes on it. It's it's real consistent too. Listen, it's shorter than like most of the shit that I drop, and
Yeah,
I feel like it helped to keep it a lot more consistent. It's a lot more concise. It's real vibey. It's a good time. I ain't gonna say too much on it. You just gotta go listen to it, man.
the link will be in the description down below in this video. But getting back on topic, we are here to talk about a phenomenon, a masterpiece, one of the best crime shows of all time. Today is the day where we are going to be talking about the one,
The
the
only
only Snowfall.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Man, how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Snowfall.
Hey, y'all.
So let's get into it right now, man. Let's get into it. As Jacoby's eating his oodles and noodles, looking like a baby mama over there. Let's get into it, man. Snowfall came out in 2017, created by the late great John Singleton. May he rest in peace. And it's
Yeah.
basically inspired, like adapted of Freeway Ricky, but mostly it's about the crack epidemic in South Central, and it's about drugs in LA.
Right.
And this stars Damson Idris, Isaiah John, Angela Lewis, so many great underrated actors. There's no big superstars in this show, which is great. But man, let's get into this. So me personally, I was a huge Power fan. You couldn't tell me nothing about Power. 2015 to 2017, you couldn't tell me anything about Power. I was a huge, but it was all about Ghost, Tommy, and Kane. It was all about them niggas.
You gonna
But
watch that Power
then
Origins?
I'll watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. But after a while, season 5 Power started. It started to, started a little disappointing me. And then season 6, I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was so disappointed. But then around that time, my dad was watching the show downstairs in his living room. It was a black skinny kid, a real black skinny kid. I was like, what is this about? He told me it's about drugs in LA. It's better than Power. I said, ain't nothing better than Power. Ain't a damn thing better than Power. It's all about Power, even though Power kind of disappointed me after a while. Ain't nothing better. I was a huge Power fan. But then I was a freshman in college. And I saw the first episode of Snowfall. And I said, damn it. Not only is this show great, but it is 10 times better than Power, hands down.
You said that off the first episode?
Off the first episode.
Damn, man.
So, and then I was like, okay, let's let the show progress. It was a slow season. Season 1 was a slow season. So let's progress. We got to season 2. By the time we get to season 3, I was like, man, Power who?
He said fuck Power.
Power who? That's when Power Book 2, Raising Cane, that's when all them shows were coming out. And Raising Cane is a good show. Being my Power Book 2 are bullshit. But but ain't nothing compared to no damn Snowfall. Let's get into it today, y'all. All right. So Jacoby, how you feel? How you feel about Snowfall? Please tell me. Please talk about it. It took you a long damn time to watch this show.
It didn't take me long. It didn't take me long at all, bro.
It took
It
you
didn't take me
all.
long.
I kept trying to tell you to watch it. I had to sit you
I was
down.
okay. I was sitting off of it for a little while, but it's only because I felt like I had to like restart it. That's what I did right before this review. I restarted it all the way from season 1. I caught up with season. I was caught up with season 1, and I got into a little bit of season 2, but then I like slowed down watching it because I don't. It's around that time. I think around that time when I was trying to watch it, was a lot of shows out. I think that I was trying to watch. Like I'm still trying to catch up on Attack on Titan. We got to talk about that too, right? Because you got to watch some anime, man. But anyways, I love that show, bro. Like it's a roller coaster. Not only is it a roller coaster, it's a tear jerker. It was a lot more sadder than I was expecting it to be. I knew it was gonna be sad, obviously, with just with the element of the show, the ambiance of the show, like the story. And I wasn't expecting it to get so deep. I wasn't expecting it to like have so many gems in it and have so many messages in it. And you were right. It kind of did like low key, like it like, I don't know. It affected me as a young black individual.
It did.
And I low key wanted to watch it again, but I don't know if I want to go through a lot of that shit again. A lot of that shit.
So let's get to the elephant in the room, because
the elephant in the room with the show.
It's a little. I'm really annoyed how underrated Snowfall is as a show. There's so many people that do not know what Snowfall is, and it kind of irritates me because you other shows who are highly popular and are good. Don't get me wrong; they're great shows, but I just think that Snowfall should be up there with those other shows, man. Like when we give an Atlanta review, I was saying that Atlanta and Snowfall FX are the most underrated shows compared to the other shows that people watch on FX and stuff. And I'm gonna be real. I think that's one of the reasons why Power has a little bit more edge to Snowfall when it comes to popularity and marketing. Because first one, you got a famous celebrity created this show, so that's already gonna create eyes with 50 Cent being the creator of Power. But he's also a genius marketer who know how to market these shows and how to put these trailers and teasers together and make them thrilling. But pound for pound, Snowfall is better, man. And I think the reason why people be like Power is better is because people who think that Power is better than Snowfall don't really watch Snowfall, in my opinion. They haven't really. No. They don't understand what Snowfall is all about. Power is for people who love rides, who love entertainment. You know, say a comfort show. You know, something that's not too deep. You know what I'm saying? Because Power is not really that deep of a show. If you get into the story.
Yeah.
But Snowfall, on the other hand, it's way deeper, way darker. It has so many huge character developments. And plus, I'm gonna be honest with you, Snowfall is a slow pacing show.
Yeah.
Compared to Power got sex, they got violence, you know what I'm saying? They got all this other stuff that keeps you entertained. With Snowfall, they don't rely on that stuff. They rely on storytelling, character development, stuff that actually makes stuff good. And I'm not saying Power is a bad show, but I feel like season 5 and 6 is where the downfall is happening. And I feel like it
leans on a lot of that shit too much.
Yeah, they lean on too much. But then it's like, okay, it's just a television show with Power. Snowfall is a movie.
Right.
You got every episode is like a movie. Man, the cinematography in Snowfall is beautiful, man. It's really beautiful. Like
Yeah,
some of the shots, the camera movements, the lighting, especially in season 6 when everything was dark.
definitely,
I was like, that's like they made 80s like really
definitely.
dark. So let's get into the show, man. For real, let's get into the show. So when you let's talk about how color grading, like
I'm glad you just said that, bro.
yeah, color grading, man.
That's one of the things that it drew me. It draws you into the show for real. Just like the scenes itself, like from when they like show like the when they go from like the palm trees, just to like a shot of like maybe like the cast members or the characters. It's like I don't know.
It's
I love
beautiful.
colors. I love colors, man. I talked
Yeah,
about that when we were talking
and
about Boys in the
in
Hood, man.
my opinion, I think season 1 had the best color grading. And
Yeah.
the reason why season 1 had the best color grading is because it shows you before crack hit the community, it was the
Yeah.
hood, but it was peaceful. It was fun. You had kids playing on the street. You had people walking around. You had people working out outside in the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
You had Franklin walking around just chilling. People playing basketball on the court. Like it was still the hood, but it wasn't the hood that we are accustomed to when we watch stuff like
It
Boys in the
was young. It
Hood.
was the young niggas was running around. Then like when it showed like season 6, you had young niggas like checking OGs.
Exactly. So it just shows you how much changed from season 1 in '83 to probably 1990 in the last scene of the season. Yeah, season finale, a series finale. But um, but yeah, so many vibrant colors in season 1. Man, everything was so like it's LA. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna be
Yeah.
hot. You know what I'm saying? That scene when Louis was fighting the girl in the house in the first episode, the camera
I
movement.
could feel the heat. I
Not
could feel the sun.
you just feel the heat, man, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's brilliant how they did things. Um, so let's talk about let's the real for final scene of the show,
You said
the ending.
okay.
So me being a diehard Snowfall fan, Snowfall when the show was ending, it was a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, a lot of Snowfall fans was like, I don't like this ending. It's underwhelming. He should have went out that way. This, that, and the third. And I wasn't angry by it. It was just I just came to realization like Snowfall was not going to win either way. If there was going to the ending, how they was going to end the show, there wasn't going to win by the audience.
But the way it was set up,
Let me tell you, the way it was set
the
up,
way
to
it was set
me,
up, the
the
show
ending
was
was
like,
beautiful.
it was like he was set up to fail. Literally, like
He he was set
the
he was
character
set up
was
to
set up to fail.
fail, but like my thing is like the to me the ending was beautiful, and the reason why I said that Snowfall wasn't going to win because they talking about he should win like this, he should win a blaze of glory, but if they did go that way with him dying or him going to jail, they're gonna say was it was predictable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's predictable. That's how all drug movies are and stuff. And it's like, so they wasn't going to win either way. So you're going to hear complaints
Not
about how the show was going to end.
yeah, and I feel like that's just with people like growing with the character, like
Yeah.
and learning to and like coming to love the character and wanting to see like the character like. I'm not even going to lie. Probably even wanted to see the character go out like that, just with how the character like just ended up being, and then it's just like I don't know, like it was a sad ending. I don't think no one really wants to see like that. That could have been like some people's like favorite characters and stuff, and like because he was
But
that nigga,
he
and
was a nigga,
it's hard to see that nigga go down like that.
but at the end of the day, this is why I love Snowfall, man. They don't rely on their audience and how the audience thinks. They're going to tell the story the way they're going to tell it, and they're going to take their time with this. They're not going to sit there and listen to the audience and be like, "Oh yeah, they right. let's do a bunch of shootouts. That's not gonna be a good story.
Mm-hmm.
What makes a good story is like great character development, plot moving, like all that stuff that makes stuff good. And people always talking about how Snowfall is boring, Power is entertaining, but then you put The Wire up as the GOAT. But if you watch The Wire is a slow paced show
Its
too.
pace kind of like this, like Snowfall.
Yeah, it's like most of all the episodes in The Wire are heavily dialogue. Don't get me wrong, you have shootouts, you have violence in
Mm-hmm.
The Wire. Don't get me wrong. But what makes the show great are the characters, the
Right.
plot. You know what I'm saying? I can remember all the characters in The Wire at the back of my hand because how it's acted and directed, but the writing. You know what I'm saying? So people always want to talk about how The Wire.
Snoop in The Wire and Snoop on Love and Hip Hop ain't the same Snoop.
They ain't the same Snoop. You know, but like that's what I'm saying. Like everybody wants to put The Wire up in the pedestal and said that Power is behind it and Snowfall third because Snowfall is born. But The Wire is a slow paced show too. If you watch that show, you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Power, like diehard Power fans, one say that Snowfall is boring because they can't get through season one because season one Franklin is not a gangster. He's a young kid who don't know anything about the drug world, which is realistic, right? Compared to the Power, they already established drug dealers. The first 10 minutes of Power, go shoot somebody in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You already got your first in the beginning of
In the first few minutes.
In the first few minutes of the pilot, compared to Snowfall, where Franklin really didn't have his first kill until season 2. He's really not established gangster until the end of the season 2, going to season 3. So that's why people think the show is slow. But the reason why they do this is because you have to grow this character. You can't automatically make him a gangster off a few episodes. It don't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love Snowfall, man. It's great storytelling, and you have to be if you're patient and you are willing to go through the ride, bro. This show is really really good, you know. So let's get into some characters, bro. Let's talk about some characters. So we got
Who's your favorite?
So my favorite,
Who's your favorite?
my favorite character is Leon, then Jerome.
Okay.
Everybody generally loves Franklin. Franklin is that nigga. Franklin is up there with Tony Soprano, Walter White. You know what I'm saying? He's up there with like protagonist, antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the main character is really the antagonist. He's up there with Tony Soprano, the guy from Son of Anarchy, Walter White, all those dudes. Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders. He's up there with them. There's no way you cannot put that man up there. You know what I'm saying? But I love Leon as a character.
He's your favorite? Tell me what.
Well, me being a short king like him is. I love how the way Leon carried himself as a short man. He don't take no bullshit, but also he was a
Napoleon complex.
At first, he did.
It's hella Napoleon complex. Crash out.
But okay. I don't think he had a Napoleon complex. I just think he was generally like an angry person. If he was tall like Franklin, he would still be an angry kid.
He was still doing stupid shit.
But I feel like his anger comes from his lifestyle. You know. No, I take it back. He did have no Napoleon complex.
But even he admitted when he was tripping sometimes. When they got in that car.
Crazy.
You know, they was finna go shoot up Mexican babies and families.
No, that was Kevin. That was Kevin.
But he still got in the car with him and Jerome.
But Leon's a soldier though.
He still said,
but
he realized he was tripping.
But Leon does have anger issues, bro. But who's your favorite character though?
Jerome, man.
I love Jerome, man.
Just cause like the way, especially with the way like bruh played him, he felt like a genuine uncle.
So
and it was like.
Let's talk about Jerome right quick. Okay, is Jerome a bad person?
Hell no.
I don't think he is.
What you mean?
I think it's complicated. And first of all, everybody in the show are bad people. Nobody in the show is a good person. Maybe Wanda and a little bit of Sissy. But everybody else is not a good person. Everybody in the show has done some dirt.
Yeah,
Especially
everybody
the
did some
Saint
dirt.
family.
I wouldn't call them
Yeah,
bad people
everybody
though.
done some dirt.
I wouldn't call them bad
Huh?
people though. I wouldn't call them bad people though.
And this is why I love Snowfall. The writing makes these characters complicated. They don't make them black and white. They make them
Especially Franklin.
complicated. I say on Jerome's part,
Say it again.
but everybody's complicated in their own way. But Jerome is the
Okay.
most complicated one out of all the characters.
He
And let me
is.
tell you why. The reason why I think he's the most complicated of all of them is because Jerome already told Franklin and Louis he did not want to be in this lifestyle since day one. Since
He
day
sure did.
one, he did not want to be in this lifestyle.
He
But
sure did.
he all he wanted was the bare minimum. He sold weed on the side. He worked down the front yard. You know, he had a nice house for the 80s. He had a really nice house. It was not a big house, but it was you know what I'm saying? It's not an apartment complex, it's really a house. So
Yeah.
he was doing well. So he was like he was just chilling. He was just chilling. He threw parties on 4th of July. He really just set himself up a comfortable lifestyle. But I just feel like once he realized, because he's not completely innocent. Let me tell you why he's not completely innocent. Because
not.
at the end of season one, well, toward the end of season one, when he came back with all that money, after he sold that crack, and Louis was like, "What's all this?" He said, "All this in one day." He's like, "Yeah, I ain't seen nothing like it." Like he's not completely innocent.
No, he's not innocent.
He was lit. But
he held what's his name? What's the brother name? Lenny.
Lenny?
Lenny
Who is Lenny?
Lenny was the dude that he was one of the guys that took Franklin's book bag. And then when they had him
he held his neck.
They had him at like the mill, and then
he
held him and shit.
Yeah, but like I said, but he's not a saint, but he's not a complete monster like Franklin and Louis. You know what I'm saying?
You think Louis a complete monster?
And then people talk about, yeah, she is. We're gonna talk about
Louis a complete monster?
Yeah, she is. She's not a good person. She's not a good person. But Jerome, but everybody talk about that scene when Jerome beat Black Diamond to death with the pistol. Everybody talking about that. How you could do a female like that? Okay. I know she's a female, and it's wrong to hit women, but she's a murderer, y'all. She kills people for a living.
She tried to kill Louis.
They tried to kill Louis for money. Like she killed her and that other girl. Dallas killed an innocent kid and put him in the trunk and thought it was Leon. It still wanted money.
It wasn't innocent.
It still wanted money. It's like he's not. It's like, so whoever, listen, man or woman, if you're in the game, you're not civilian no more. You're a criminal, and stuff's gonna happen to you when you get into the lifestyle, and that's what happened to her. It was brutal. I didn't do that at all. That man said, I'm gonna steal on you. And he said, what? I was like, damn. And I don't think, and you know what's crazy? I don't think Jerome put his whole force in. I think he just did like 20% of the punch, of the power of the punch.
Yeah, because her head was on the fucking cement, so that shit was that was enough.
I don't think he gave her his full strength on that one. He's like, I'm gonna steal on you. Like, and man, Season 6, Jerome was really losing his mind, man. He was really losing it.
I like how the show like got into like the psychology of him, and I feel like the sad part is, which is kind of like one of the genius parts about the show, you don't really get to get into it, because like the episode where he was looking for Peaches, I want to talk about Peaches too, because just about a theory about Peaches, but when they was looking for Peaches, and they went to they found the monks, and when he was just sitting in the garden, it's just, I think it's like, just how it just got in like to like the masculine psychology. And like, wasn't it like he was talking about how they got into like how he was a veteran and shit? So that could play a part into it, like with his complication, with how complicated he was. But you never really get to see it resolve. Like you never really get to see like a good ending because of what happens. And
then people talking about how like you
I feel like he should have went to Jamaica, man. He should have went to Jamaica.
But yeah, he should have went that morning.
He should have went to Jamaica.
He should have went that morning. But I shared a tear when he died. When Jerome got killed, like this is how I know like this show is genius. They killed him off for a reason, but when he died, it went to episode 7. You felt
his absence, like
you felt his absence, like it wasn't the same without him. Because I'm not gonna lie, the guy who played Jerome, I forgot his name. He is the MVP of that season. I'm not gonna lie. As great as Damson Idris is, and the series finale is really a movie. Damson Idris did a hell of a job. Everybody did. But I feel like the guy who plays Jerome, he was the MVP for the first half of that 6th season. He was just bodying every scene he was on, man. It was crazy the way he was just like, you could just feel Jerome's pain, but it's like he's not completely innocent. But you understand where he's coming from because he did say it from day one. It's not worth it. But then I feel like Jerome got into the game, one, because he loved Louis.
Yeah.
But two, he loved Louis a lot. And he loves his nephew too.
Yeah, so I feel like
he loves Franklin too. But I feel like second, he feel like he had to be the protector of both.
That's going to protect his family.
Yeah, I feel like he got. I mean, the money don't come with Jerome. Franklin's a smart businessman. He's a criminal entrepreneur, but they're not. Yeah. But he's not physically capable of protecting the crew like how Jerome and Leon is. And I feel like Jerome got to the drug world because he felt like he had to be protected. And he said to Louis too. He said, "If I wasn't in this with you, you most likely going to be dead." Yeah. He said that to Louis because nobody respects Louis because at that time women were not in charge of the game like that. It was a man's game. The women are like the men. The women were like, and I get to, and I want to talk about Louis too. And I get where Louis is coming from too. Like she was that girl on that man's arm. She was that girl, the trophy girl, and sexualized all that stuff. And she wants to be more of that. So you get people, you get these characters' point of view. It's how they're going about it is wrong. You know, who's the second in command of that Saint organization? Who's the second command? Who's the number 2?
Wasn't it Louis?
Thank you. It's Louis. It's not Leon. Snowfall fans out there, please stop saying that Leon is the second command. Just because he's Franklin's best friend, do not mean he is the number 2. Louis has always been the number 2 of that Saint organization. Leon was the muscle.
I love this, and like with the show, when the show gets into the times, especially when you start talking about like the females, and it shows like when they started like getting up there, I'll look at like old like LA photos, and you'll see them women with them fur coats looking like the Don. They having shotguns and shit, like, and they like. It's just, I don't know. I like how they incorporate a lot. Like they incorporate a lot, bro. Like they just like a lot of real shit, like subtle shit, like, like so like the ice gun, that's a real thing. I can't remember where I heard about it, but like it was a gun that was like it was invented around during the Cold Wars, and it had I think it had like citrus in it or like something in it, and it would just shoot it. Like CIA would just shoot the gun, and like I don't know if they like used it against the Black Panthers, but I could see them using it against anybody. And it would just be like a bug bite, you get a heart attack. It was literally what the man in the library was explaining, and like how they just, and I love how they just brush it off like it was just like a theory. She was like, how the lady was just like, going with your conspiracy theories, and it's like, so it's just like, it makes me think about like how much story they're really telling, especially when it goes into like the government. I don't know, man.
Yeah, let's talk about the government part. Man, Teddy, man,
fuck that nigga.
Fuck that nigga.
He a bitch. He was a bitch. He was like real cowardice through the whole show. Real cowardice.
Now, that's a villain right there. That I won't call him a coward. I think he's just a selfish person.
Him and Franklin made me real mad throughout the show. They don't really piss me off.
Franklin made me mad. And this is why Franklin made me mad. Franklin made me mad because even though Teddy got killed by Sissy, he still could have won. He still could have won. If he would take his girlfriend's advice, sold that property for a few million, and just started over somewhere else, he still would have made it out okay. But since Franklin made 70,
you talking about his house? You talking about his house?
No, the property that they was.
What property? You talking about their house?
No. So what happened was, Veronique and Franklin were real estate. In season 5, when Franklin got hit, when Teddy stole his money, right? He owed a lot of people. Like, he was a big debt because all his money is gone.
Shit, the nigga couldn't even pay his bills.
$73 million. He wasn't that broke. He wasn't flat broke because he had drug money coming in when he was working with Kane. But $73 million was stolen from him, and they had properties that they needed to pay in order for the real estate company to work. Well, he told Veronique if he died, he would like take those properties, sell them, take the money, and go away.
Mm-hmm.
And when everything went to hell and Teddy died and all that stuff, the man went to Sissy's house, and Franklin was there, and he wanted to buy the property for them. So that man could have bought gave him like a few million for that property. And Franklin told him no because his pride was in the way. That's what I'm saying. He still could have won. He could have won if he sold that property to that man, took that money, took that few million, took Veronique, relocate somewhere else, and start from. But that money got to his head so bad.
He didn't take Javi's advice. Javi told him to remember what he was in it for and not to get too greedy. And that's low key literally what he did. But it's kind of justified when you think about why he had that pride. He even said it just with everything he had to become, everything he had to do. I understand. I understand.
No. All Snowfall fans agreed on why Franklin acted the way he acted. They were like, man, that's $73 million.
Yeah, but no, it's not all justified though. It's not all justified. You ain't finna be pulling. You ain't finna be pulling your gun. You ain't finna be pulling no gun on your auntie or your uncle.
I'm gonna tell you why he did that.
Hell no,
I'm gonna tell you why he did that.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why he did that. The reason why he put a gun on Louis is because so much. If you pay attention to season 5, so much stuff has been built up between those two throughout the whole season. By the time you get the season finale of season 5, he was at his break.
Built up like what? Refresh my memory. Go ahead.
If you pay attention to season 5, when Louis and Rome left Franklin, there was tension between them.
Okay, but I mean, but they talked about doing that.
It wasn't working. It wasn't working.
But it ain't like they wasn't like saying it wasn't gonna happen.
But let me tell you something else too. Louis thinks she was slick. I picked this up on the 3rd episode, season 5, when she talking about we need those prices cut. Franklin said, "Well, Teddy's back, so we can't cut the prices because he said so." She's like, "Let me talk to him. Let him drive around, see how everything is." She was been planning on taking Teddy away from Franklin. She been wanted to do that. She wasn't slick. I picked her game up a long time ago. And the fact this whole time, her and Franklin was not getting along throughout season 5 because Louis had her pride and Franklin had his. Franklin and Louis are actually more alike than ever. And the fact is that she wanted to be her own boss. But Franklin was right. It's not working. They are stronger together. Because when everybody comes together and Franklin and Louis put their minds and Leon and Jerome are the muscle, they're pretty much unstoppable. Nobody can
Oh, but
actually
it,
really,
oh, but it, oh,
nobody
but
can
that,
really beat them.
but he was carrying on. He was carrying on along until he lost his money, until he got up out the game and lost his money.
It would have been a
He was
perfect
carrying
ending,
on.
but
He was carrying on.
it would be a perfect ending if Teddy never would have took that money. If Teddy would never took that money and he just worked strictly with Louis, it would have been a beautiful ending.
It would have.
Now Louis could take over, and but Teddy did that because him and Franklin was
He a
not cool.
bitch.
Not well, he is, but him and Franklin were actually
That was a
really
bitch ass
close.
nigga.
Him and Franklin were actually close until Alton did what he did in season 4, and Teddy always blamed Franklin for what
Okay, but he should have let that go because he already killed the nigga. He already killed Alton. He should have let that go because that wasn't Franklin's fault.
It wasn't his fault, but in the day, he blamed him. And second,
And he already killed the dude that already put his business out there. He already killed him. That ain't no reason.
He killed him, but
Franklin ain't.
But he wasn't back with
nobody
the CIA
name.
though.
Bruh. So
he wasn't CIA, but he loved that.
the money
So,
and the money what got him back in there too.
Yeah, it was going to get him back in there because it was a huge
because it was
progression
ill-gotten funds
for the war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was mostly all the funds they needed.
Mm-hmm.
So his thought. So Teddy's thought process was, Franklin made me mad. I still have a grudge against him. He already pissed me off with him being sloppy in season 5.
But he couldn't leave like half, like something.
That's what Franklin said. Franklin, you can leave.
That's exactly. That's like, damn.
No,
that's some petty shit.
No,
that's some petty shit.
Teddy said, "I know where your accounts are. I know everything about your finance. I'm gonna take everything away from you." And it's the '80s too. And it's the '80s.
Petty white man. Race. '80s white man.
I don't think he's racist.
That was race. It was race. Nigga.
No, I don't think that.
He even talked about how jealous. He even talked about how jealous he was.
Of who?
Of him.
No, Teddy wasn't jealous of Franklin. Teddy was mad that Franklin left him.
Man, same shit.
I don't think Teddy.
He couldn't. Franklin could leave out fine, and Teddy couldn't.
No.
And he said because it wasn't yours. It wasn't his. It wasn't your nigga. Let somebody tell you $70 million ain't yours.
Because it's all about pride.
Imagine somebody taking some money from you.
What did he say?
Like he laughing. My roommate laughing. Because imagine somebody take $70 million from you. You be like, why the fuck you do that? Be like, it wasn't yours. It wasn't yours, and you worked to get it, and he worked to get that money, bro. No,
he did, and like I said. You could see where everybody's coming from because he admitted that I hated that you left me. When you left me, it's like you know what I'm saying, it made me mad. It's like, bro, like we was in this together and your dad, like it was always tension between them since at the end of season 4. When Teddy came back, that's when Franklin really had a huge headache. When he came back in season 5, it was like, oh man, he already got to deal with his family leaving him, but this man coming back,
he couldn't even up the prices. He couldn't even up the prices with, bro.
No, because now Teddy is on a mission to get into the CIA's good graces. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I want to be CIA. I want to be patient. So, in order for this to work, I need everybody to be on board. Avi, Franklin, Louis, I want everybody to be on board. There's no more mistakes. Now, if you mess up one time, I'm going to betray you. Get what I want. So, Teddy's a villain. He's a snake. He's not a good person. But it's so well-written character that, you know, I fought his journey from him, like, wanting to do kind of good to him just like, nah, you just a piece of crap at this point. It's like, man, F Teddy, man.
So, like, you know how I thought the show was gonna go? I thought the show was gonna be like the government cracking down on all of this shit. Like I thought, like people was gonna start coming after them,
Man,
and
it's
I thought, but then
like
I didn't know, it was gonna
we
be that.
when we talk about like BML power, like you know to connect the plugs are always like Hispanic or Russian, and like they
Mm-hmm.
gotta be psychotic and they gotta do something crazy and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
don't mess with me, don't mess with my money. I love how Snowfall on this the plug was a white CIA agent, and not only
Or
he's a
they was
CIA
trying.
agent,
They
but
had a story to
you
tell.
understand.
The story.
They had a story to tell. They told it's three stories that they told: Franklin's story, the Hispanic story, and Teddy's story of how the drugs been brought in, how it's smuggled in,
And
and who's behind all this. It's like the big is it happened it happened in real life.
I love
The
how,
CIA
yeah,
was behind, and that thing was uh well, Lawrence Fishburne's character, Furious, said in Boys in the Hood, he said, "Who's bringing the cocaine into America? We don't have any
yeah,
passports. Who bring them
or
in?"
boats.
And he was replying to the government. He
Yeah,
was referring to the government doing this. So
yeah.
it's been talked about in the black community for so long. It's kind of been like an understatement, though, honestly.
And now it's
But
just like, it's just the way they told it.
yeah,
They even got into the guns, even the wars. And like when you look at back at like some records and shit, bro, like the U.S. nigga, the U.S. puts money into so much shit now. Like when you look at back at like some of the records or like some of the shit that they was putting money into, like warfare
yeah.
wise, like
Yeah, but they did it. They did it because America's greedy. That's the reason why they got into the Nicaragua war, because illegal war, because they were greedy. And Teddy was, and that's why the Congress did not support Teddy if anything happens, because they knew what they were doing was wrong. Bringing cocaine to America to fund an illegal war so it could benefit the government, like that's terrible.
guns.
But the guns was given to the soldiers on the island. He had to pay for the guns and get the guns, but the guns could not be traced back to a certain. It couldn't be traced back to America. So I had in season one, you might have to scrape them off because like it can't get back to us. We got to scrape them off. The serial numbers, we got to scrape these off.
And then they were getting finding their way back to America, being
But
sold
then he
back
found, but
in
then
to America.
But then season two, Teddy found out about Avi and his problems with the ATF. So he was like, "Oh, ATF, Let me always know something about guns, so I could get him to deliver guns.
Mhm.
I already got a drug dealer who's willing to pay me, because Avi probably was buying like 2 or 4 keys from Teddy in season one, and then like when he found out about Franklin, he was like, "Man, this kid can really buy me." Could buy 10, honestly, because he's really like a drug dealer. Because Franklin and Franklin been a snake. Because Franklin was trying to cut Avi out in season
Yeah,
one.
he was.
He was trying to cut him out.
He
And then
was.
when Teddy found out about that in season two, he's like, "Man, I could use this kid. He sells drugs now, so he's a better buyer than Avi is."
And he saw how smart that nigga was.
Yeah, and he's like, "I can get this kid to buy 10 keys from me every week. Like, obviously, probably buying like 2 or 4, which is not enough to fund the whole war." But obviously, the Hispanic people was buying from Teddy too. So, but Teddy was the middleman the whole entire time. He got his stuff from Colombia, brought it back to America, and let Franklin buy from him. But let's get into the villains, man. The street villains. We got Man Boy, and we got Kane. And probably Scully, but Scully's not. I'm gonna ask you this: who will win in the street war? Man Boy and his Crips, or Kane and his peoples? Who will win?
Who do you think will win?
Who will win?
Who do you think
Man
will
Boy.
win?
I think Kane will win. But I'm also
Why you think K won't win?
No, I think Man Boy will win. I'll change my mind.
Why you think Man Boy will win? I think Kane
I
will
think
win.
I think Manboy will win because Manboy is smarter than Kane,
Smart to the point to where he got knocked off.
but he got outsmarted.
He got outsmarted. Kane
But
ain't get outsmarted.
but
Kane got fucking.
Kane will
Kane
definitely
ain't get
get
outsmarted.
outsmarted.
He got
No,
tricked.
no, 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 no,
He
no,
got tricked.
no, no,
He
no,
got
no.
tricked. He
No, no,
got
no, no. I'm
tricked,
not talking about
man.
that. I'm not talking about that. If him and Franklin were enemies, say the Franklin organization went to war with Kane and them, Franklin will outsmart Kane by like so easily. Because I'm not saying Kane is a dummy, but
But
Kane is
shit.
not
Well,
Kane's not a
shit.
strategist like Franklin.
Shit. They couldn't figure out who was killing them who was shooting at them for the longest.
Because Kane was like nobody knew that Kane was out of prison until they hit the street. And the reason why they know about that because this is where they start getting sloppy and they weren't in the streets like that.
Okay.
They were just selling pure product and that was it. They was not in the streets like that. They're not there out and about because they so successful, they so rich. They really ain't got to do much when it comes to this lifestyle. Like Louis and Jerome, all they gotta do is do the drops and go on about their business. They ain't gotta do too much on the streets. They're
Now
not out there like that. So the people who are in those neighborhoods know that this OG just got out of prison like months ago, and he just out there in the football field mentoring these kids.
Mhm.
So that's why they didn't know that Kane was out of prison because they're not in the streets like that no more. They're getting sloppy. They're getting too comfortable. Like no, and then Kane probably just kept his head down and planned his revenge. And then came out that hey, it was me who took out the same organization because they killed my brother.
How'd they catch Louis? I can't remember how they did. Franklin bring Louis to them.
So this how they got Louis. So Franklin was working with Kane. See, episode 4, season 6, they got to a shootout. They escaped. And Kane said, "Listen, your uncle and your aunt are getting on my nerves, and I need this. They shot my house, so now I'm really pissed." And came Franklin, like, "I don't know what to tell you. Like we can't go to the club. So what we gonna do?" He was like, "Listen, you're not going anywhere right now until you tell me how I'm gonna find your peoples." And Franklin told him, and Franklin saw the TV off the horse and the little wherever thing is.
Oh, they did come to the horse thing. They got her at
Yeah,
the horse
yeah.
thing.
And then
Okay.
Franklin
Okay.
realized that Louis and Jerome go to that horse thing
Yeah.
often, like all the time. That's their hobby. That's their habit. That's their hobby. That's what they do outside the drug thing. Because Louis got into horses, and he told Kane and his people was out there watching and staking the place until they came. And when Louis came in season 6, they realized that was her, kill her bodyguard and kidnap her and brought her back into the warehouse. So that's how Louis got kidnapped. But I'm saying though, I think Manboy will win because
I think he will win because you're right. I'm thinking about how sneaky that nigga was. The stuff that he was saying.
Manboy's a snake, but Manboy went toe to toe with Scully.
He picked up on certain things.
Yeah,
he did. He made it out alive.
I think Manboy
uncrucified.
But Kane, he's not a strategist. He just upfront like, listen, if I see you, we're coming after you. Like, ain't no chessboards, ain't no nothing.
Yeah.
It's like we going all out. Manboy, on the other hand, can outsmart him and be like, listen, they out and about. I can find him more than they can find me. Like, and I think Manboy had a lot more muscle than Kane. Like, Kane had muscle. Don't get me wrong, he had peoples, but you're talking about a leader of a whole gang in Compton. That's a whole lot of people. Because Manboy had different people every season. He had different dudes. It's like, who are these niggas?
He did.
Who are these? Like,
he had a lot of nigks.
Like, Manboy had a lot of
niggas.
Manboy had a lot of muscle. Like, he had a lot of soldiers. And I feel like Kane, both of them are ruthless. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like Manboy, he just know how to do things better. The reason why he couldn't get the Scully, I feel like Manboy couldn't get the Scully like that because his sister.
Right.
So he really has to be careful of how to get him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like if his sister wasn't involved with Scully, he could have been got Scully a long time ago. He could really got Scully in the season 3. So
you talking about in the warehouse shooting?
When
He could have got him. He could have got him in the warehouse shooting. Scully could. Yeah, Scully could just
he
real
could.
cutthroat.
Man Boy could have been
Scully
one
and
more.
Kane was just hella cutthroat. Yeah,
Yeah.
Man Boy was real. He was. I think he was just real snaky.
He was snaky.
I don't even think he was strategic. He was just slithering.
Nah, he was smart. Man Boy was smart. And Louis warned Franklin about him a long time ago. But
Yeah.
Franklin was so scared of Scully. He was like, "I'm going with the same person."
Mm-hmm.
Louis like, no, like I know Scully's crazy, but
he was terrified.
But Scully stayed. That was funny. He was like, "Did anyone say Scully?
Yeah, anyone say Scully?
Y'all took the Man Boy."
Jerome ain't even pull up yet. Jerome and Peaches ain't even pull up yet. And they're talking about Scully dead.
Peaches, he was like
Peaches. Go ahead.
Well, okay, you want to talk about Peaches?
I think theory about Peaches. I even tried to look it up after the show ended. I couldn't really find nothing except people thinking the same theory. But what do you think? What do you think was going on with Peaches? Besides the money.
I think what's going on with Peaches was he was on drugs real bad. He was on heroin real bad. And yeah, he was on heroin. He was on heroin.
Why do you think he got on it though?
Because he was on drugs really bad. He had money. He just did stuff on the side. He was on heroin. And then
Pete.
And hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
So he got on heroin, and he was working for Franklin, and he started getting sick. When he started getting sick, I was like, "That's not no flu. He's on drugs. I could tell the man on drugs. I said, "That's heroin.
Mm-hmm.
That's how heroin people are. That's some junkies with it." And then I think that when he realized when they killed Rob because Rob was on drugs, he said in his mind, he was like, "Dang, if he did this to Rob, his close friend that was on crack, what are gonna do to me if I'm on drugs?" And he probably did while they were getting to a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
He went to that warehouse because he knew where it was, took all the re-up money, and dipped.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that happened. That's all happens.
So I think Peaches had AIDS. And I say why I think Peaches had AIDS because after they I can't remember on the start at which episode it was, but which season it was. It was probably season 3. It was probably season 3 when they had the new plug. It was the episode where they talk. I can't remember the basketball player's name, but even my mom said she remembers that story when the basketball player overdosed on cocaine.
That's season 5.
Okay, that's season 5. Okay, season 5.
Yeah.
So after that, the TV slickly talks about AIDS, and just with the way that he was coughing, and the white dude was talking about he was trying to escape his pain. Now they never like he was getting bad too.
He was getting bad,
and like now he could have also have like touched a little bit of something while he was in the army, which made him like get on the drugs even more just because it was around him. He was working in the shit, but I think he had AIDS, man. I think he was dying.
Nah, I see where you're coming from, but I think he was on drugs bad, and he got scared, and he realized that Frank would take him out at any given time.
But he had a little subtle cough, and remember when they mentioned that cough, they was talking like he was coughing for a minute. Then summer cold.
He's also was like sniffling and wiping his nose, a runny nose. That's when you're on drugs.
And he could have been dying too, though, bro.
And then the white dude said that he was in the heroin house with them shooting up. He was on drugs bad,
trying to escape his pain, bro.
I think
escape his pain.
I think the pain was he was depressed. He's working for a drug organization. He got to kill people every other day, and he's getting tired of this. And he realized that they could take him out any given time. He's getting shot at every time.
So why would you get on? Why would you get on drugs? Just from depression?
Yeah,
you get money. You get money though.
That's
You
not
money
enough.
though.
That's not enough.
You get money though, so you go,
Jacoby,
so you gonna
listen.
fuck up your money by like consuming the thing that's bringing the money in.
Jacoby, they're getting shot at.
That don't mean
It
nothing. He
wasn't.
was a veteran.
No, you getting shot at.
That's the life that he chose.
Your plug is the government agent. Your boss got enemies upon
Man,
enemies.
I think he had HIV, bro. He think he had that
No,
clap.
no, I don't think so.
I
No,
think
I
he
don't think
did.
so.
I think he
No,
like. I mean, I feel like that's a good, and
I feel
I
like
feel like it's
Peaches was on
justifiable.
drugs. I feel like Peaches was on drugs. He realized that Franklin could take him out even in any given time. He wanted the money to get more on drugs and run away, and he knew that real money was just enough for him to disappear and buy so much drugs for him to shoot up. He was shooting up when Franklin found him in the season finale. He was shooting up.
He was He was shooting up, but it was like
No,
I don't know, bro.
no.
I feel like he had. I think he had
If
AIDS.
he had AIDS, he'll be in the hospital.
He
That
could.
was
I mean,
my
what they couldn't do nothing at that point. He probably had it for a minute, and he probably was fighting. He probably was fighting it off, bro. And then it was like, I guess, like
no.
that could be a last resort. I don't know.
Jacoby, that man was just a junkie. That was all he was. He was just a junkie.
Nah, don't let him because Mel wasn't just a junkie, was she? What's the name's girl
She
wasn't
was.
just
She was a
wasn't just a
crackhead.
junkie, but it
She
wasn't just because of
was.
it wasn't because of no damn depression. Wasn't because of no damn depression.
No. She was on heroin. The reason why those two girls got on crack was because it was still new, and they wanted to know what it's like to be on this drug.
But were they just junkies though? Was she just a junkie? And
No,
was
they
Leon's
were.
and was Leon's girl just a junkie?
No, they were important characters, but they were on drugs real bad.
Okay, but why?
Because they wanted to show how The Rock can really get you hooked like that.
Why did the girl? Okay, so why did the girls get on that though?
Because they were tempted. Because it was still a new drug. Nobody knew what crack was at the time, so they want to try it out to see what it was. And some people, it depend on their immune system. When you smoke it, and it's a very high.
Okay. So you're right. So they weren't even on the same shit. So I'm saying
Peaches on heroin.
Okay, so I can see, bro. Man, he definitely was on that shit while he was in the army. Then he didn't get on that shit when he was just out there, and he wasn't. He probably
was on it in Vietnam because it was a big thing, which soldiers was on it. He probably quit and probably got back on it later on.
Because he was sick.
No,
because they get sick all the time out there.
No, because he's just a junkie.
They get sick all the time. They get sick all the time out there.
Then that shit
come, bro. What? Hold on. I'm about to look up where that shit came from,
bro. We got to end the show a little bit, man. Peaches was on drugs. It's okay. I mean, it's not okay you're on drugs, but he's dead, man.
That's fucked up. They said shit came from Africa. Anyways, but anyways, I don't know. I don't know. Nah, man.
All right. So one last thing we want to talk about. The hate that season 5 gets. I understand that season 5 wasn't the same as the rest of the seasons, but I don't think people.
Because a lot of people was gone. Isn't that after Manboy died?
Manboy died, and then season 5. This is when I don't think people understood what season 5 was about. Season 5 was about the family. This is about inside the family. Season 2 to season 4 was about outsiders coming in and ruining their family. Season 5 was about them now and how greed ruins their relationships. And it's a build up for season 6 when everything really gets ruined. That's why I said you have to pay attention to Franklin, Louis, Franklin and Teddy, Jerome and his mental state, Leon and how he changes. It's this is everything is different now. Everybody's not family to each other. And I really want to talk about the finale of season 3. I don't think people really understood what that season finale was about. I think people say it was boring. I don't think it was boring. I think it was brilliant. That was like a movie to me. I think people don't understand is that it was his coma dream, and it
Are you
was
talking about
about
talking about the alternative universe?
yeah,
I
when
thought the
he
alternative universe. I love that episode. I was
so
going. I'll let you
it
burn
was
up.
a coma dream. It was an alternate universe, but I feel like it was his dream. He was in a coma, and it was basically like what it would be like if he never sold drugs. And the powerful thing about
They say he was in a coma.
he was in a coma,
He was.
bro. This
I
dude got
remember.
shot. He
I
got
remember.
yeah.
I remember he woke up out of the ice bed. I thought he was just
Yeah,
in a little
yeah,
rehab.
that's true. That was artistic way of saying that he woke up from the dream, but he was in a coma for a good minute because months has passed. Because season three was in the summer. He came home during Christmas. This is months.
He was in a coma though. I figured he was just in the hospital.
He so if you're talking about the summer, if you're talking about the summer and it was really hot, I'm thinking June or July.
Shit, he still got shot though 3 times.
He got shot 3 times, and then he came home during Christmas. They had the Christmas trees up and stuff. It was a little chilly, so that means it's in December. So that man was in the hospital for a good minute, months
Yeah.
later. So yeah, so he was there for a good minute. But it was just about how it would be like if Franklin never sold drugs, and it still had a bad ending because he got kicked out of school. His mom can't afford college. They can't. The financial aid stuff is not working.
Yeah.
So he trying to figure himself out, and he don't know what to really do. He don't know if he want to be join CIA, like. And it's really dark and deep. Is that the man who saved him in that alternate universe is the man he killed in the previous episodes.
It is crazy. Very crazy.
So
How you
like
think that would have ended?
it's like that's what I'm saying. Like
How you think that would have ended?
he'll still went to school, but
No, I'm talking about like with him in the CIA. How you think that would have
he'll
ended?
he'll be
Him being in the
fine.
CIA.
He'll be in the desk work and stuff, and he'll move up fast. Because man, people like Franklin is such a brilliant kid. He's highly intelligent.
Yeah.
It's just sad that he chose the wrong role to make money. Like Franklin is highly intelligent. He's so intelligent that he tricked Manboy to his own death. That's how intelligent this man is.
On
Like
a cane.
Manboy, but Manboy was smart too. He just wasn't as smart as Franklin. That's why Franklin was never saw Manboy as a threat because
Right.
he knew that his arrogance was going to be his downfall. So yeah, see, like I want everybody to realize is that it's about how it would still been a bad ending for him. He still will have a tough time if he didn't sell drugs. And then cuts to him waking up from the coma. The gang wars are happening, and everybody's getting killed, and there's chaos in the streets. And we're resuming back to the story. Everybody talking about, I want to see what happened after he got shot. Why? Why? We know what happened. He went to
Rehab.
minutes. Like he's there. He's walking on a cane. We know it's been months later. Like I think that Austin Universe episode was really really powerful, and I feel like people just it went over their head. I just feel like it went over their head because they just like so focused on
And did you peep,
that little thrill ride. It's like
and did you peep how anxious he was when he was in between like the bickering of Jerome and Leon? Like bro was having like dead ass having like an anxiety attack just with them like Jerome was like, nigga, I'll shoot you in the face, some shit like
because
he was like
because he didn't want to come
cool.
back.
That shit was cool, bro.
He didn't want to come back home, and the fact that he got to deal with this, and you're talking about two unhinged people in that alternate universe, where at any given moment, Jerome could shoot Leon, and Leon could pop off and try to fight Jerome, because you got two violent people in the house with a pregnant woman in the back, and it's super hot, and I don't know why Leon got that hot jacket on right now.
Both niggas. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's you know,
How you feel about
this is
Sissy?
a brilliant show.
How you feel
I
about
love
Sissy?
Sissy.
How you feel about
I
how
love
you feel
Sissy, and
about what she did?
I think I had mixed feelings at first. I'm not gonna lie, but I do think I understood what she did, Because me personally, I'm gonna give my honest opinion. Frank was never gonna get that money.
You don't think he was?
He was never gonna get that money. That 30 million that Teddy was gonna put, no. I feel it was gonna be a trick.
I feel like it could have been, but
I feel like it could
five,
have been a trick. I feel like
five
it could have
seconds,
been a
10 seconds.
setup. Because you're not gonna get away with torturing
A CIA agent?
supposed CIA
Hell
agent.
no,
You're not getting away with that. I'm sorry.
absolutely not. Working with the KGB.
Yeah, working the KGB, you're not getting away with that. So I feel like Teddy would have gave him the money, but it would have been a setup for them to track down Frank in the future.
Like 5 seconds.
Sissy knew that.
5 seconds. Though.
Knew that. And also Sissy realized that
I don't think she. You think she knew? I don't know if she knew. I feel like she is real righteous. I think like she just.
Sissy knew. Sissy knew there was a trick. She told them. She was like, if you do this, none of y'all gonna be safe. They're gonna track you down.
I mean, no shit, but like, that's money the baby could have had. That's money like that's money. That's money anybody. That's money anybody could have had. That's money.
No, they would no.
That money that's the money the shelter could have had. Just like
no.
It's just like I don't know, man. It's just possibilities.
No.
It's just possibilities, bro.
Never. Franklin was never going to. He would see a dime of that money. Something was going to happen where they were going to set Franklin up and check him down later in the future. I'm telling you, especially with the technology they have.
Yeah, but like, damn.
Yeah, Franklin was never going to get that money. And Leon trying to explain that to Franklin, like Sissy sacrificed herself for you to be safe. You could hate her all you want to, and your greed is in the way. But at the end of the day, she's still a mother, and she absolutely tired of Franklin, Teddy, his evil war, the drugs. She was so sick and tired. And when she saw Franklin, this obsessive monster of his money, she saw how this really consumed him as this this maniac.
That nigga said don't give me any tongue off of LSD. She knew that he was.
And then Teddy telling Sissy about Alton's, that tipped off the edge.
Yeah.
And I hate
that was enough.
And I hate the fans talking about why they ain't explain what Alton is. Where's Alton? Why don't I talk? We know Alton is dead, man. It's not rocket science. Yeah, we knew what he knew. We know what he did with him. You think that man went to Cuba, pointed a gun at the back of his head, like, you know what? We be the best of friends. Like, no, he killed him. He killed him, took his body, and disappeared like he always do. Like, it's not rocket science. They don't have to tell you what he did to him. Like, that makes no sense.
Right.
Like, sometimes the fans make me mad. It's like, y'all don't know storytelling like that. Y'all just be talking to be talking. But okay, let's do a little before we go, let's do a little who gonna win who for Snowfall fans and Snowfall and Power characters. Let's see who will win. Who will win the fight? Kanan or Jerome? 50 Cent, Kanan, or Jerome?
Kanan.
I'm going Jerome. I'm going Jerome. They both big niggas.
Yeah.
but I'm going Jerome. Jerome whoop his ass.
I guess for hand-to-hand combat, maybe. Because he's
I'm going Jerome.
Maybe.
Okay, another one. Who will win, Tasha or Louis?
Louis.
Louis will beat her up, man.
Whoop her ass. Ain't no Tasha.
Yeah, Louis will beat her up. Tasha's name for a day in her life. Tommy or Leon?
Tommy getting up in that.
I'm going Leon.
What?
No, I'm going Leon.
You
I'm going with Leon, bro. Leon fought Big Dion, bro.
That nigga Tommy is a goon,
Come on, bro. No,
That's a goon.
that man, no. Leon's a goon. What are you talking about?
That nigga can shoot.
Hand-to-hand combat, Leon, bro.
That nigga can shoot.
No, hand-to-hand combat, bro. No.
You talking about because he fought? What you talking about? I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all he could do. Pull the Uzi out.
No, Leon.
Talking about because he shot that big nigga. That's what I'm saying. That's all Leon can do is shoot.
Is fight? No,
it's shoot.
Leon can fight, bro. No, Leon can fight, bro. Give me season 5 and 6 Leon when he's a little stocky. I'm taking Leon,
that
bro.
ass, bro. He was still getting his ass shown. Tommy be whooping. Tommy be on niggas' ass. Tommy be on ass.
No, bro. I'm going with Leon, bro. Leon know how to fight. Everybody know in Snowfall Universe that Leon he threw hands with people.
But Tommy is like a survivor though. Like
Leon survivor. What are you talking about?
Tommy is a survivor.
No.
That nigga Leon, came out. Bro. That nigga was out in the gritty. Like
Nah. I'm going with Leon, bro. All right.
Don't say Ghost and Franklin.
I can't put Ghost. I can't put Ghost in this because Ghost could whoop Franklin's ass in a heartbeat. Ghost would twist Franklin's arm. It's so many ways. Ghost could beat him up, man. I'm gonna give him a fair one. Franklin or Tariq?
Be like, come on. Franklin or Tariq?
I'm going with
Franklin. I don't fuck with Tariq.
Franklin knows how to fight a little bit, and he's not a bad fighter. It's just everybody else can like Ghost is physically strong.
And Franklin is a survivor too. It's like Franklin will get up out of there.
But Ghost is like physically imposing. You know what I'm saying? Ghost can actually fight. Like he know how to fight. And Franklin know how to fight a little bit. But Tariq don't know how to fight at all. Tariq can't fight at all.
Tariq is a prep school gangster.
He ain't this gangster. Hey, the only time he won is when he beat Braden up, but Braden was eating him punches. He was like, "Hey, man,
he was getting on his ass."
No,
he was getting on
Braden.
That was like,
first of all,
you ever seen when people do that goddamn?
No. Tariq. No, first of all, Tariq snuck Braden. Braden let him isolate him because he tried to talk to him.
Yeah,
Braden will beat.
That's what I'm saying. Like you see, like when people like hold people head back and like. And people be like doing this. That's how Braden would be.
Braden could fight.
That's what I'm saying. He couldn't. I'm saying Braden would do that to him.
Yeah, Braden will beat Tariq up, but Braden would try to talk him down. But Braden was eating them punches like it was nothing. He ain't had no mark on his face at all.
Well, he didn't. He sure didn't.
He
not one bruise. Not a bloody nose.
And Tariq did him so many times.
Oop.
Tariq's a punk, man. But yeah, I'm going with Franklin. Between Franklin and Tariq, I'm going with Franklin, man.
Franklin definitely got it.
Yeah, but overall, this is a GOAT show. I think it should be up there with The Wire.
You know why I feel like why people may not appreciate it the same way they do Power and stuff. If you take any episode from like Power, I guess first Power, just for example, you take any episode from Power. And like put it in like if you took like one like episode from one season, put it in like another season, it probably would still fit. Just with like the vibe of it, it's like that. And like Snowfall, it's really like a movie. It's like a lot of the stuff in between. Like it's just like you can't do that with these episodes. Yeah, you can't do that with Snowfall episodes. Like it seems like it gets grayer over the time, and just that's what helps it hold strong against a lot of shows for me. Yeah.
All right, y'all. We're about to click off. We're about to get off here. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a great discussion. Y'all tune in, like and subscribe, please. We're trying to get this channel going as much as possible. Jacoby, thank you for being here again, man. Having this wonderful discussion.
Man, thank you for having me, man.
This is my favorite show of all time. Like I love Snowfall to death. I could talk about Snowfall for hours, bro. But fortunately, we ain't got time for that. We got to move on to other stuff we want to talk about. So, but everybody, please be safe out there. Stay safe. See y'all later. Peace.